Hello and welcome. My name is Olga Chwa, and I'll be guiding you in a breathing practice. This evening, we'll be doing a breath awareness followed by a bit of a seasonal breath today. We'll bring some of the principles of the past weeks together to a breath in which you'll be invited to follow the breath like you follow the seasons of the year, and we'll play with extending the exhale. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. And we'll play with extending the exhale. A couple different reasons to do that. One of them is to help remove as much of the spent breath from the system. The exhale is in some ways more important chemically for the body than the inhale. The level of oxygen in the body does depend on the inhale, but even more so, the cleanliness, the viability of our blood depends on getting rid of the carbon dioxide, which happens with the exhale. So that's the invitation. The invitation is to get comfortable, to be guided in these two practices, and then we'll move into a yoga nidra. So for the breath work, get comfortable. This can be done in a seated position. It can be done lying down. It can be done standing. The most important is that you are comfortable. And the beauty of focusing on the breath is that it gives you no choice but to be present. When you are aware of the breath, you are here and in the present moment right now. So that's the invitation, is to find your comfortable physical position so that the mind can sit upon the breath and watch the breath. And we'll spend a couple minutes here in this practice of breath awareness, of just hanging out and noticing what is. And sometimes the breath feels delicious and smooth and deep, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it feels shallow or uneven. And especially as we navigate situations that are unknown, that are new and scary, the breath can sometimes tighten up or speed up as a response of the nervous system, of that fight and flight response. And when we turn the awareness towards the breath, when we're able to be with the breath, it often smooths out. It often finds its softer and deeper expression. So seeing if that happens just by watching, just by giving attention to the breath. And you might even encourage a yawn if that's something that would feel good, giving yourself a little nudge to yawn if that's available, if that feels appropriate at the moment. But really taking a moment with the exhale to really be with this information that the exhale is in some ways more urgent for the body's well-being than the exhale, and then the inhale, the exhale is more urgent. And so lingering with the exhale, really taking your time, letting that exhale go on and on with no rush as you watch this breath. And as you continue to watch this breath, I invite you to think of the inhale like the springtime. It's that gathering of nutrients, gathering of energy, the springtime arriving into the fullness of the summer there, the great big top of the inhale there, you're full as in summer. And then the exhale's like the autumn, with the shifting of the season, the letting go there, the leaves dropping, the turn towards winter, which we find at the bottom of the exhale, at that bottom of the breath. That deep autumn into the stillness of winter, and then that turns into spring again. So let's take the next few minutes watching the breath as you watch the pattern of this ongoing cycle, the breath cycle, matched up almost perfectly to the cycle of the seasons. And so feeling through the body these seasons as they are in the physical world and as they are metaphors for everything that happens, the springtime, those ideas, that new budding, that new idea, new fresh start, to the summer, the fulfillment, the limelight, the success, and the letting go, the autumn of cleaning up after the harvest, into the winter, that moment of stillness, of reset, quiet down, to begin again, to get those fresh new ideas and those springtime activities. So every breath captures these seasons, and the seasons of life and the seasons of projects and the seasons of relationships, all those seasons of the new, the full, the release, the letting go, the resetting, and then the quiet, the stillness. Like each day, the same with the breath, the morning of the inhale, noon of the full breath, and the afternoon of exhale to bring a nighttime at the bottom of the breath, at the bottom there at the exhale. And this might be the practice, just watching, just being with the seasons and the times of the day and the breath in this pattern, and feeling into the autumn, feeling into the evening, feeling into that letting go, taking your time with the letting go, with the exhale. And that might be the whole practice for you. And you might even extend that exhale with a pause and continue the exhale onward and pausing again to make the most complete of an exhale. You might even engage some of the muscles that can be passive. The exhale can just take place to its natural bottom, or you can engage the abdominal muscles, pull them in a little bit, pull in the ribs a little bit, maybe even through the shoulder blades, like squeezing out that exhale. It's a choice, a muscular choice that's not necessary, but you can engage some of the muscles to deepen the exhale, which in turn creates that space, that fresh new space for the inhale. Watching the breath move through the seasons, through this pattern, with a focus on the exhale and perhaps pausing along the exhale to make it even longer, to gather up a little bit more. What else can the body let go of? Where else can this exhale be collected and diffused? Longer and longer exhale. And stay with this practice. Giving it another 2 or 3 breaths. If you're being intentional, if you're modulating the breath, give it 2 or 3 more efforts. Pausing the breath if that's what you're choosing to do. Extending that exhale. You might even exhale right before you inhale. There might be a little gust of autumn before the spring at the bottom of the winter there, the bottom of the exhale. There might be a little bit of exhale before the fresh new breath comes in. Like the exhale was a pause. And as you wrap that up, as you come back to a natural breath, an effortless breath, check that you are making no effort. Let the body breathe however it wants to breathe, however it chooses to breathe. And check the physical position for the body. Check if you need to shift your arms or your legs. noticing how it feels to be still at this point in the session. You might remember how it was earlier on and how it's available now, how the body's willing to be still. And from here, from this breathing practice, we'll move into a yoga nidra practice. Staying in this state of awareness. If that's where you are, there's nothing you must change or move, and you might just be joining us here, welcoming yourself into this practice. And if you're in a comfortable state, notice what it is that makes it comfortable. Review for your mind and for your whole physical being what it is that's working. And if you're just finding that comfortable space, do take your time. Take a moment to wriggle and wiggle and find your optimal comfort. And you might change your position somewhere throughout the practice. There's no set one way to do it, and you might find that partway in the body encourages you to shift, and so you follow that guidance. The body is the boss in these practices. And for this practice, the practice of Yoga Nidra, the body is invited to be comfortable in its resting state, as this is a sleep of the body with a wakeful state of the mind. And so the body is organized in its comfortable place. And checking in with the breath. And checking in with those exhales, allowing the exhales to linger, to be long. And checking with the back of the body. Check with all the places that are supported, the heels, the backs of the shins, the calves, backs of the thighs and buttocks, noticing any parts there along the back, like the spine and the shoulder blades. Any parts of the arms, backs of the arms and the elbows that might be touching the wrists and hands. And back up to the top of the head. All the places of support. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and leave a comment about your experience. And while you're here, please subscribe to my channel and opt in for notifications to catch the next class I upload. And then head over to olgachwa.com to join in a live event or to work one-on-one with me. I'm here to help.